And welcome to another show. In this episode, the word seems to be that hybrid cloud is key to digital transformation. In fact, businesses can overcome security skills and compliance concerns to drive transformation. Now, in a moment, we're going to be talking to Jason McGee. He's the GM and CTO of IBM Cloud Platform. But to give you an idea, to keep up with today's digital first consumers, enterprises are embracing digital technologies to address increasing demands. As organizations embark on their modernization journeys, the new IBM Transformation Index State of Cloud, it's found that there is a strong correlation between hybrid cloud adoption and progress in digital information. And as I said, Jason McGee, he's the General Manager and CTO of IBM Cloud Platform. Welcome, Jason.
Thanks for having me.
Mate, what exactly is a hybrid cloud?
Yeah, it's a great place to start. So a little context. I think in the last couple of years in particular, we've seen a pretty massive shift in digitalization and in companies working to become digital first and to deal with the demands from their customers to have simple experiences for interacting with their businesses. And as a result, more organizations are embracing a hybrid cloud strategy. Hybrid cloud is, at its heart, a relatively simple idea. It's the ability for you to run your applications where you need them across a mix of on-premise IT systems and off-premise systems like one or more public clouds, and to be able to take advantage of the strengths of those environments and give businesses flexibility in where they run. And maybe a simple analogy to just help people understand it in less technical terms. Many of us have a car, and a lot of times you'll park your car at home in your driveway. Think of that as on-premise. That's an environment that you own and control. It's located on your property. But other times you take your car out into the world and you might park it in a public parking garage. And in that parking garage, there's other cars from other people sitting next to yours. And so you then start to think about things like, who owns that garage? Are they trustworthy? How are they protecting your car when it's in that location? Is there video cameras and other things to help, safeguard your assets? That's kind of like the difference between on and off-prem and public clouds and private environments. And what businesses are doing these days is leveraging the best of both in order to deal with this massive increase in digitization.
Sounds a lot heavy, doesn't it? Well, it does seem that more than 77% of responding organizations have adopted a hybrid cloud approach, and 71% of those surveyed apparently think it's difficult to realize the full potential of a digital transformation without having a solid hybrid cloud strategy in place. And yet business and technology leaders admit that they're struggling with the complexity to make all their cloud environments work together seamlessly. So, I've got to ask you, why the disconnect?
Yeah, it's really interesting kind of outcome of that survey. It's like on one hand, there's a broad correlation that the best and most effective way to drive these digital transformation initiatives is by leveraging hybrid cloud, but less than a quarter of those same organizations feel confident in their ability to manage that environment. And they feel like there's some blockers, some obstacles to, and preventing them from getting the most out of that environment. And those obstacles kind of fall into three categories. There's challenges around skills. About almost 70% of the respondents said they are lacking the right skills on their teams, like knowledge in how to leverage cloud. That will slow them down from being able to reap the full benefits. I think that's where a trusted partner, someone like IBM Consulting, can be really helpful by bringing in experienced talent to augment, what those businesses have on their own. The second obstacle is around security. About 32% of the respondents in that survey said poor security was the top impediment to them being able to advance their strategy and reap the full benefits of hybrid cloud. And then the third kind of obstacle is around compliance. Many industries are heavily regulated and they have significant compliance obligations. Think of banking, insurance, healthcare, things like that. And 53% of the respondents in those industries say ensuring compliance in the cloud is currently too difficult, and that slows them down. It slows down their ability to take advantage of the capabilities present in this hybrid cloud environment. And that's where I think kind of industry knowledge, optimizing the cloud for specific industries can be really powerful. At IBM, we did a piece of work called the Cloud for Financial Services, where we collaborated with over 125 financial institutions around the world to define what they needed around security and compliance in the cloud. We built that in to the cloud environment so that they could more easily adopt cloud while not risking their compliance posture.
Okay, well, you virtually answered what I was. Well, how are businesses most commonly utilizing cloud technologies? I mean, to digitally transform.
They're most commonly using the cloud as the enabler to build these new experiences. Think about some of the changes that happened, in the last couple of years. Airlines had to quickly add vaccine confirmation to their check-in process. Restaurants had to go overnight to become 100% takeout businesses. Many different industries had to respond quickly to changes in how customers interacted with them. And cloud is being used by those businesses as the accelerator to help them do that. It provides the technologies to build those solutions. It provides the scale to respond to all the demand. It provides the flexibility to deliver those solutions wherever their customers need them. So that's kind of the dominant role that cloud's playing. And some of those obstacles I talked about are some of the issues that have to be addressed to realize those benefits.
Well, just briefly, if companies adopt hybrid cloud technology, what do they need to know?
Yeah, they need to know that they have the skills needed. They need to know the capabilities that exist in those different environments, and they need to know how to leverage the technologies most effectively to solve the whatever new experience that they're trying to build. And if you look across industries, they're leveraging that cloud environment in different ways. They're adopting artificial intelligence to help reduce wait times, or they're leveraging hybrid cloud to speed up the manufacturing line to deal with supply chain issues.
All right. Well, one thing that does concern everybody, of course, Jason, cyber attacks on the rise. How can businesses ensure, consumer data is protected in the cloud?
Yeah, it's a top of mind concern. We see, data breaches essentially every day in the news. I think it's paramount that businesses modernize their infrastructure. Part of the advantage of a hybrid cloud approach is you can take advantage of the skill and experience in cloud environments that are kind of baked into how the cloud works to help you more easily protect your data and protect your applications from those cyber threats. But it's also important that you have the right partner to help you leverage that cloud environment effectively, that you configure it in the right way, and that you have the right tools at your disposal, things like confidential computing or encryption, that allow you to protect that information so that your client's data is safe.
So it would be fair to say then that, cloud adoption, it certainly, it looks different across various industries, doesn't it?
It does. And certainly the specific problems those industries are solving can be different. The regulatory environment can have a huge influence on how a business adopts cloud. I think the common thread is the hybrid cloud approach, like pretty broadly across all industries. That's the most successful model for driving these transformation projects, is to do it with a hybrid cloud approach. But the kind of details vary from industry to industry.
Well, folks, businesses particularly, you need to study up on this, read a bit more. You just visit ibm.com/cloud, ibm.com/cloud. And you were listening to Jason McGee. He's the General Manager and Chief Technical Officer of IBM Cloud Platform. There's a lot to read up on it. Very interesting stuff. Thank you, Jason. We appreciate the time you've given.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, good luck.